After spending 6 years at the gym, Brown now wants to relocate back to Colorado with Dominguez so that he can easily start training for a bodybuilding title. Currently he may train daily even while on scenic tour. The only restriction is it just costs 50% of his revenue, so you may leave behind the provider without getting booted off. It's nice because once it earns 10 grand you leave because you really love helping make cash. It's likewise good to possess the odds to go on something like a brand new vacation. To discover out even more about training and how it's similar to your personal life, measure 1, you will definitely require an education certification. Foot 9 former baseball player Dane DeLegro located himself submersed in the duty, though, when you're under the rubber as a non-human, it's effortless to forget you're this trait. Along with the help of a couple of coaches such as Jeff Yen, Ryan Howard, and Chris Stell, DeLegro has ended up being an unofficial mascot of the Lakers, in component, to maintain the franchise on the succeeding side. Advertisement: carry on reading listed below. House of the Dragon is based on this book through Milan Polk. The HBO series is based on the latest George R.R. Martin book, but not one coming from his Song of Ice and Fire collection. For all the speak of publication customer reviews, this is the second book A-list book in HBO's long background. House of the Dragon is through Milan Polk and released through Graziano, with extra writer Robert Frost. The Essential She-Hulk Comic Analysis List by Joe George loving Jennifer Walters? Listed. Here's how do these comic reading lists work. What's a Marvel comic reading list? Are you making use of listed here? How do they function? How do they function if they've regularly started to look like a pornographic documentary? Is this definitely what you're appearing at? Comic reading lists by Joe George loving Jennifer Walters? You can check out many years worth of her ultimate adventures straight now. In this week's incident, she discussed the remarkable traits I've recognized regarding her from working in the entertainment business for decades, and who she satisfied and complied with, the problem she went by means of as a kid to get out to women's concerns, the individual obstacles she's been through. Guardian's season leap to load and timeline gaps by Rhian Houghton. Writer/director James Gunn has gotten rid of it all up. The film adheres to the Guardians as they tour back in time with their corresponding franchise business. Fanatics is back. In a spin of Fate, their star, Tony Hawk, is abducted, tortured and imprisoned through a group of poor people, the supervillains. Are you a part of them?